Hi, I'm Julian Hauk. This is my ICT 200 class TED Talk assignment. I'm a sophomore at the University of Kentucky, and today we'll be analyzing two articles as well as my own bias about the opinions of the city of Cleveland. Opinions on the city of Cleveland is quite a polarizing topic. I'm a resident of the Cleveland area, and my bias is ingrained within me. My personal opinion is that Cleveland is among the best cities in America between the revenue from sports, melting pot of culture, and work opportunities in northeastern Ohio, not to mention the impressive architecture and natural park system right outside of the city. The news articles I found are subjective and show high points of bias within the articles as well as within myself. My first article in favor of Cleveland is 2024 Greater Cleveland's Business Year in Review, written by the Greater Cleveland Partnership. This article examines the Wall Street Journal's rankings of U.S. cities. The analysis highlights Cleveland's greatness in living. Quote, Cleveland is a top 10 city for new college students and the second best U.S. city to start your career. I used the CRAAP checklist offered by the University of Kentucky Library's website. The article was published in 2024 and is extremely relevant to the topic. As I stated before, it is a reference to the Wall Street Journal, a very credible source. Its purpose surely is to persuade the readers to believe that the land is a top city. My personal bias aligns with this article. My second article, arguing the side that Cleveland is not as great as some say, is WKYC News outlets. Cleveland is the worst city in America to raise a family, new Wallet Hub study reveals. This is another analysis of a separate article on par with my first news reference. The Wallet Hub study is quite a credible source. When using the CRAAP examination, many numbers from the article come into question. The article's main points include that Cleveland is, quote, next to last in percent of families living in poverty, 169th in unemployment rate, and 168th in violent crime rate per capita. The graphic from Wallet Hub shown on the screen shows the Cleveland area as the last in nearly all rates in major cities in the country. The article was written in 2023, slightly less current than the first article, but comes from a more reputable source. It was written to inform on such topics and not to persuade in any way. The first article is a locally sourced piece, while the second is national news. This is important when considering bias, where the first is used to comfort the population of Cleveland and give some primary sourced opinions on the topic, backed by numbers. The second article plainly succinct information from Wallet Hub and shows no bias whatsoever. My critical thinking skills, according to the Foundation for Critical Thinking, allows me to, quote, skillfully analyze, assess, and reconstruct the information. By using critical thinking, it is possible to put away my bias and reconstruct my thinking to assess the information. The numbers of the WKYC article plainly state that Cleveland is not as great as I or the first article sees it. My stance on the opinions of Cleveland has been broadened through this analysis, and the consistency of these articles has shown me that I am a biased individual on this topic. The numbers presented in the second article, paired with the CRAAP analysis, makes it nearly obvious that it is a more credible and less biased source. Although it is not the outcome I was hoping to see from this assignment, I have learned so much from the process of analyzing the validity of media. This assignment has allowed me to take a personal struggle with bias and uplift it by the information from the analysis. Thank you very much. This is the end of my video. Have a great rest of your day.